Gabe Vilardi. It is alive. Part D. Hey, Wicked Dick here. It's Monday night. It's about 11:50. I'm tired as all hell. Just a totally crappy day. Give you a feel for it. I had lunch at 7 p.m. Yeah, one of those days. But sometimes on those days, there's a silver lining, and the silver lining appeared tonight. Oh, thank God. And the news is the Gabester is back. Yes, in LA. Not only that, but apparently, this is just a rumor, he's going to start skating and playing hockey. So the big news is, of course, that he's back. He's going to skate this week on his own, and if he feels good at the end of the week, he'll start, practicing with the rain. And that's the story. However, if you go hunting around, you'll find even a little bit more information that's actually better. So apparently, this isn't like a big trial run. Gabe has already been skating a lot back up in Kingston and working out, and obviously, apparently things are going well and he feels good. So what do we know? Well, we know Gabe has kind of been on the shelf for about 18 months. Yeah, he had that short little run with the rain before he re-injured it or it flared up or what the hell was going on. We don't know what the problem was other than he had some problem with his back. Maybe it was spondylolysis. Maybe he had bone termites. I don't know, herpes simplex 933, whatever the hell it was. Something was wrong. He couldn't skate. He could barely stand up. It looked bad. And many people proclaimed doom. Haters. But then, state of the franchise and some LA Kings insiders. You lovely people. Some of them started working Rob Blake over with questions about the Gabester. Is it spondylolysis? What is it? And Mr. Politically Correct Speech, Say Nothing GM Rob Blake actually blurted out some useful information. And we learned that apparently they've been sending Gabe around to a variety of doctors and nobody had been able to help him. However, they had found somebody in Ottawa and apparently it was going well. And we heard statements like, he's going to be, fully cured from his agent and that he's doing as well as he'd done in 12 months. And Kings fans, we hoped, but we doubted. We should not have doubted. Apparently, he's going to be on the ice. Now, of course, we've done this before. Last time he made it through 4 games with the rain before he suddenly looked like he had a broom up his ass and couldn't bend over. So let's not be sacrificing our chickens too early. Now, my personal theory is that Gabe actually is no longer seeing doctors and that the people he saw in Ottawa, the person in particular, was not a physician. Instead, yes, a voodoo priestess. I believe Gabe Vilardi still has an injured back, but now he is possessed by a demon. And the demon doesn't really give a crap. Let us never question voodoo again. So anyways, Gabester is back, and it sounds like he'll be practicing with the rain in about a week, unless something horrible goes down on the flight or something. I don't know how you hurt yourself skating alone. Yeah, I know. Knock on wood. And this will be huge news if Gabe can play. Now, we need to temper it by the fact that a gust of wind, may well imperil his career, but also by the fact that he hasn't played in 18 months. He may be looking at this, stick going, what is this? What is this round thing on the ice? So it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him stay in with the rain for the full year, maybe come up to the Kings late in the year, assuming, of course, that he's healthy. But the kid hasn't played in forever, and so they may be able to give him a lot of time. Also, I imagine when he first starts playing with the rain, he's probably not going to be getting 20 minutes a night. I'm sure they're going to go as conservative as they possibly can. I'm talking like, Johnny Brodzinski under Willie Desjardins numbers, Covey numbers under, Desjardins, 7 minutes a night, something like that. And just let him come back really slowly. And because at this point, I mean, can you imagine another setback? Jesus. But let's assume, let's be positive. Let's assume that he makes it. He comes back, he's healthy, he's past whatever this godforsaken thing was. I don't know if you realize how big of a bump this would be for the Kings' fortunes and for their prospect line. I mean, he would immediately be the number one prospect. maybe number 2, depending on, between him and Turcotte. And we go from a position where we have basically one legit center, 2 guys doing their best in Lizotte and Amadio, and then whatever we want to call Kempe. 2, in a year or 2, we would have, Kopitar, Vilardi, and Turcotte. And we could start doing that nice old man slide where, each year as Kopitar gets a little older, he starts moving down to 2C, 3C, with Turcotte and Vilardi passing him and taking on those, those duties as the 1 and 2C. And that would be epic. That would be epic because Gabe is one hell of a player. Now, what's the problem with Kings forwards? You can chat with me. We are great at developing bottom 6 forwards, not so much top 6 forwards. Well, the beautiful thing about Gabe, if he can get back to the level of play he had before he got hurt, and that's probably a big if, but if he can, Gabe is not a bottom 6 forward. He's not a bottom 9 forward. He is a top line forward. This guy is a war hog. Not the fastest guy in the world, but boy, great eyes, great shot, really good passing, and a guy who likes to go in on the wall and fight for the puck. And when he goes in on the wall to fight for it, he almost always comes out with it. He is just a beast. You may not realize that Gabe's like 6'3". He's a big old boy. He's like basically a Getzlaff type. And that's what he's like without the cheap shots. And I think he has got quite a bit more hair. So obviously that would be a huge difference because if you want to win a cup, being strong down the middle is rather important. So a lineup of Kopitar, Turcotte, and Vilardi in one order or another, that would be a huge change for this team. So obviously very, very good news. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Regardless of the Kings, you just got to hope the poor kid, is able to skate because Jesus, he's been through a lot. Can you even imagine? So hopefully he'll be able to get out there and we'll all be able to cheer him endlessly and we'll win the cup and it'll all be great. It almost makes me look forward to Tuesday. Almost. Dig out.